This is today's AEW Collision Fight for the Fallen 2023 results video, which takes place at Lexington, Kentucky's Rupp Arena, and the show started with a match between Samoa Joe versus Golden Vampire, and the match was supposed to start, but Golden Vampire attacked on Samoa Joe, and he's getting thrown around with ease, and then he hits GTS. He removed the mask, and it was CM Punk, and he accepted Samoa Joe's challenge for AEW All-In for the Real World Championship, and Joe leaves the ring in a fuss, very angry. The next match happened between Jay White versus Dalton Castle, and the result of this match was Jay White defeated Dalton Castle by pinfall after hitting the Blade Runner finishing move. In the ring, Toni Schiavone is there to talk to Bullet Club Gold, and White says they talk about what they want to talk about, and first up, fingers up for the Lexington Gold members. He says he has a message for Kenny Omega in his hospital bed, and the so-called god of professional wrestling doesn't want to be exposed by him. White claims the Elite deceives the entire pro wrestling world, but they're here to set the record straight, so in London at All In, Bullet Club Gold will show they are a cut above the Elite. It doesn't matter who Omega brings with him, or what friends he has, they beat him before and they'll beat him again, and Juice Robinson calls out Hangman Page by saying it took them very little time to put Omega in the hospital, so what does Page think they'll do to him at the biggest pro wrestling show ever, you idiot? The Guns throw shade at the Young Bucks, saying they're the best tag team in AEW, and the crowd chants exactly what you'd think, and Austin Gunn gets on the mic and demands Tony Khan send them a challenge they can get warmed up with, and that brings out Jack Jameson and the Iron Savages, so we're getting six-man tag team action. Then we saw a match between Iron Savages and Jack Jameson versus Bullet Club Gold, and the result of this match was Bullet Club Gold defeated Iron Savages and Jack Jameson by pinfall. Backstage, Ricky Starks is talking to Toni Schiavone, and Ricky is upset about being suspended, and he says he's already served half of his suspension and this whole thing feels like a big joke. He's the one who suffers from everyone else making mistakes. Last week he said he was going to bring a war to AEW, and he meant every word, and tonight, for those in attendance and everyone watching at home, he's going to bring chaos. They cut to the side and show Big Bill, then they go into a video of Starks talking about people taking his kindness for weakness, and the amount of kindness he has is the same amount of chaos he can bring. This is who I've been all along, one thing and one thing only, I am absolute. His music hits the speakers, and he's out with Big Bill. Then we saw a match between Big Bill versus Derek Neal, and the result of this match was Big Bill defeated Derek Neal by pinfall with a huge chokeslam. Starks points to Neal and Bill grabs him up while he's trying to leave the ring, and he pulls him over and Starks whips him with a belt, the same one he whipped Ricky Steamboat with, and then Bill then tosses him out. The next match happened between Willow Nightingale versus Diamante, and the result of this match was Willow Nightingale defeated Diamante by pinfall when Martinez argues with Willow, and the crowd gets loud, and it's because Chris Statlander hit the seam to take out Martinez, and then Willow hits the powerbomb for the pin. Toni Storm was interviewed backstage, and she gets upset about being questioned about Saraya having her back, saying don't ever question the friendship of the Outcasts, and she promises to be elevated more than anyone ever when she wins the title at All In. The next match happened between Powerhouse Hobbs versus Kevin Koo, and the result of this match was Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Kevin Koo by pinfall. Hobbs kicks him in the back and locks on the camel clutch, screaming "Where's Miro?" Up on the big screen, Miro says he used to rely on a book for guidance and he too used to surround himself with distractions, but now he walks alone, no matter how much his heart breaks for her. He's not here to feud with his god though. At All Out, redemption is coming for Hobbs and it's going to piss on his cold, dead body. I am godless, but I know you are not because you pray to me now. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Christian Cage versus Darby Allin, and the result of this match was Darby Allin defeated Christian Cage by pinfall. Post-match, Schiavone is in the ring to interview Allin, and he talks about Darby getting his shot for the TNT Championship at All Out in 2 weeks. Darby doesn't say anything, instead pointing to Luchasaurus and waving him into the ring, and Christian, naturally, attacks from behind and Luchasaurus hits the ring to do his thing. They put Allin down and then Luchasaurus forces Schiavone to count while Christian pins Allin, and then they force him to announce that Christian is the winner and still the champion, and the show goes off the air.